warm up, let some people get in before we even start. First and foremost, how you doing? Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. And we're gonna get into it in a few minutes. You know, I don't like to waste time. You know, I don't like to be up here too long. And I just want to keep the momentum going. We got some updates, and I just want to give you your mental health motivation for the ending of May, going into June. So let's get into it. For those of y'all who are new stopping in, I'm Cousin Twist. I represent this channel, which is the It's Mental channel. Also, the host of the Let's Talk About It podcast here on YouTube and also on Spotify and iHeartRadio. All right. Um, let's get into the basics. Let's just touch base. I hope all y'all doing well out there. Nice to see you stopping in. And I want to talk about this past week, the Sinners that came out. If y'all remember the Sinners that was out, so we went to go see that. Yeah, y'all definitely gotta go see that if y'all haven't. I definitely recommend anybody giving that a watch. It definitely has a lot of um messages that, like, if you're not in tune with, like, you know, conspiracy theories or just decoding messages in between like movies and things, like, might not make sense to you, but like if you into that type of stuff, like, it's definitely something you want to watch. My next watch I'm hoping to get into see is Final Destination, The Bloodline. I've been hearing some good reviews about that, but I haven't got to actually get into myself. Oh yeah, but if you have, let me know. I believe it's worth a watch. I believe it's an IMAX, but Sinners was definitely worth it. And for us that likes to follow the streamers in the streamer world, Streamers University that dropped, that happened last week. I've been seeing a lot of YouTube reposts and reports about that. Shout out to Kai. You know, Kai Sinnott. If you guys don't know about it, like, he's a streamer. He's from the Bronx, New York, but he's definitely blown up inside of the streamers world. You can catch his Twitch, you can catch him on YouTube. He had a lot of streamers that was on his college campus. These young kids, they decided that they were, hey, how you doing, Juicy? They decided that they were going to um, get on a college campus and just have a bunch of streamers all together, get together and just stream 24 hours a day, night and day. The shit went crazy. I definitely enjoyed watching it. I don't think that's something that I probably really wanted to do, but like if it happens in the next upcoming years or so, I may just think I want to do this. Welcome in, TMD. All right. Also, I know that a lot of us we share like a common ground when it comes to viewers and people who follow our content. So Faith Marie Unscripted, she's live right now. You also have Fabulous Life for Natalie, like she was live earlier. Make sure you go check that out. Auntie Mickey, she's live. She's talking about Angie Stone and like the conspiracies of like what went on with, you know, her being unalive. And you got Wendy. She's also, the reason why I'm mentioning these individuals is because we are content pairs and they're live right now as we speak. Except for Natalie, but like she was on earlier, and I just wanted to give them like those flowers and let you know that they're live right now too. So if you want to check them out, you could go to my page and you can like who I'm following, and their names will pop up, and they got a lot of content that's going on too. So make sure that you check them out. Um, I want to get into something because I was having some conversations this week, and I just got, you know, to thinking. If you know me, you know me now. I'm always thinking. I'm always just processing things, trying to be a better human being and understanding what it's like to have connection and interaction with people and being fair, not being selfish and not being self-serving, but, you know, trying to be like a productive member in society. And I just want to talk simply about mistaking pressure for motivation. I'm going to touch on that, and then I'm also going to give you a few updates. So we want to make this real free. Hey, Natalie. Good to see you. That's another one out there. Debt Free with Natalie. She gives a lot of financial advice. Definitely check her out. I love what she does, especially when I want to know what's going on with my pockets. If some financial changes happen in the world, she's definitely one that you might want to check out. All right. She's in there. Y'all all follow each other if y'all want. But let me get back to perspective. I'll keep saying what's up as you come and as I'll come. Now I'm a cook. So, pressure and motivation. See, a lot of us when we having these conversations with, especially when our loved ones, like let's talk how it looks in the professional world. As a helping professional, as social workers, therapists, and counselors, our our job is to help, and it's to help individuals see a brighter day, and it's to improve your overall well-being and state of mind. It's to guide you in the direction that's going to be the most healthiest with our light perspective, but mostly it's your work, right? So it's to empower the vulnerable. That's all it's about. It's about simply showing up for someone who just needs someone to listen to you, need to vent, just need some guidance. That's all it is. Now, when we get into our personal life, it's also about that. But here's what happens when we're talking to someone in our personal life. Let's talk about kids, for instance. When we're talking about our kids, we like to push because we want what's best for them. So, growing up, you would always hear someone say, go clean your room, or you better do your homework. You're going to do your homework because you're not going to be a loser. You're not going to be a slouch. Like, it's that type of kid pressure. And that's something that's never going to change. But like the parenting area, people have gotten better with having the conversations as to why having sitting down with their loved ones and their younger counterparts and actually explaining why they want them to do their homework and why they putting so much pressure on them. But how many of us has friends and loved ones that they drop like a whole load on us, right? A whole load on us, and or we thinking about an idea that might fit someone, and instead of it becoming like for them as it initially was with the intent, like you have to remember that like when you're doing things for people, it's about meeting people where they at, not meeting people where you think they should be. Let me say that again: meeting people where they at, not meeting people where they at, not where you think they should be. And I know that's hard. How many of us have friends that then told us some stuff and we automatically knew what we was going to say back to them? We was going to rebuttal right back, like, this is the answers, this is what you should do, yada yada yada. You got the plan A to B, C, D, and an E if it messes up. And how many of us have those friends or family that, they say things to you and it's repetitive, they're going to keep coming back and they never listen, right? That's what I mean. So like when you talking about individuals and you thinking about like how you want to approach them, you got to meet them where they at. Sometimes people just need to vent. Sometimes people just need you to have that air. Just listen to exactly what they're saying and provide life feedback, not give them your emotional air and give them emotional feedback. Let's play on the lighter side. How many of us then had a homegirl or homeboy and be like, damn, they venting you about their relationship and how bad it is and how crazy it is, and you just return back like, girl, you need to leave that motherfucker. Or a homeboy like, yo, bro, if I was you, she for the streets, just get low. I got this other person for you that I think that you should like go with or handle it with blind dates. See, the thing is that like when people are, especially with relationships, when people are talking about their relationships that they're going in and the things that they go through, they're not looking for the feedback for you to tell them to leave. Yes, they are looking for answers, but they're not looking for answers, if that makes any sense. The best thing you could do at that point is walk through it with them and see what the issues are, what are they going through, let them answer the questions themselves. And even if it's boiling you inside, you just like, oh, just like, I hate that motherfucker, I hate that girl. That's not what they need. They just need you to be vulnerable in that space. Yes, facts. They need you to be vulnerable in that space, and they need you to just sit there with them and walk through it so they can hear it out loud. Okay, like, what's going on step by step in those relationships? What are these moments that's leading you to feel like you're not sure what to do with this person? Is it doing more for you and impacting you negatively than it is positively? Are you getting more? Are you losing more of yourself than you gaining? And then as they answer those questions, you ask them questions that lead into them asking those questions, and they're having those conversations with you. Then eventually, if they did ask for your feedback, you're like, well, based off of what you're saying, it sounds like this is A, B, and C, and D. So it's basically them answering the questions. You don't want it to make it seem like you told them something to do, because guess what? That same person that they was talking shit about or venting about, if that works out, you gonna look like the bad guy, right? Let's take it on like some jobs. Maybe someone is a security guard and you can see them thriving as being a bouncer for a A-list celebrity, right? This is where the motivation might look good. It's like, hey, listen, I've been walking past this club for about 2, 3 weeks, and I noticed that like they're short of staff. I noticed that the security job that you have does not pay that much. I think this one will pay more. I don't know the research about it, but it looks like something that's more up your alley. Not taking from what you got going on, but I think it's something that is worth you checking out. This is when it becomes pressure. Hey, I noticed that like this job doesn't pay much. I keep walking by this club that has a bouncer, and it looks like they are short of staff. I think that you should do this because like this is going to help us in the long run. You're not making enough money right now anyway. What are you doing right here? Like you don't you're never dressed up in proper uniform. Nothing even happens here. You get to meet celebrities, you get to meet other influencers, you can network. This would be better for us. So guess what? That motivation that you thought that you were motivating, actually incorporating yourself in, you turned that I into we when you're just trying to give motivation. A lot of us, we do tap into that motivation to where you want to use yourself to like do it for me, or like do it for some. If you're not gonna do it for yourself, do it for your kids. That can hurt the situation more than actually give the situation breath. I hope you guys understand that when it comes to things like that. So when you're motivating someone, make sure that like you keep it on to them. You give them all the information that they need to make the choice on their own. Even if you really, really want them to make the choice for you guys, keep it on to them. Give them all the information that they need so that they can make the decisions and they could process what that's going to look like for them. And make sure that you give them all the positive and all the pros that you can to make it work in your favor, but their favor, you know? So that's it for today for that mental health motivation. Make sure that like pressure does not get mistaken for motivation. Always make sure that when you're motivating someone, stay away from the pressure. Hope that helped you out. So first thing we're going to talk about as far as what we got going on here. In the next videos or so, we are going to announce the name of the community, which we finally got. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was a process. We did have a poll going on inside my community post. If you haven't already, I encourage you to go in there and check it. It has a poll of what the community names are. Like I said, we do have it, but it's also to where it can change because it's actually two that's like neck to neck. So like next week, I will definitely close it, and we have like the possible two names, but we actually have the name that like had the most, but it's like I said, it's by a landslide, so it can change. It can change. But the video that I'm gonna drop probably like next week or so, it's going to have the announcement of the name before I even get into the content. So look out for that. The community name is here. Okay. So we're gonna talk about the raffle. I know in these lives I've been talking about the raffles that we were gonna have on. I have the name for those. Those are not gonna change. I think I have it in this book. I'm gonna explain to you like how this came about. I know some of you like you were keeping in tune with me and you were trying to figure it out. I'm gonna push it a little further back because I don't want you to see the names. But like I have them. Here's the days. Wait, we got more because like, and these are notes in between too. We got more names. We got more names. All right. So the raffle is brought to you by the individuals who's been supporting the channel since its birth. So this will be the 7th month come June, but as of right now, as of today, this channel has been operating for 6 months. No, it's not monetized yet, and I'm actually okay with that because I got what I wanted, and I wanted community. And shout out to all the content creators who was behind the scenes helping me with that. And shout out to myself, give myself kudos like for actually doing what I wanted to do. So as far as the raffle, what that consists of is individuals. I had about 5 or 6 individuals help me behind the scenes. You can see the analytics. You can see who's watching. So it's a combination of viewership, comments, how many times you liked, and how much engagement you're doing. So this is content creators and just people who love to watch the channel alike. So it's not about like what type of area you are in, whether you're just a viewer or another content creator trying to support. You are part of this raffle, and it's broken down into the 6 month bracket. So it's 2, 4, 6. So we went all the way back into the beginning, which was September of 2024, and we broke down like a list of all the people who's been commenting, who's been liking, who's been actually shouting out the channel, and helping others like follow the channel. So that's how the raffle was broken down. So we're gonna have all of that coming up, and I will definitely go live. I felt like when I told you guys before that I was going to post it during the videos, but after careful consideration, I didn't feel like that would be effective, being that this is a entertainment slash educational channel, and like some people, as much as they will appreciate the raffle, they won't understand it. So I figured that it makes sense just to keep it as a live. So um I think next week we're gonna do the first raffle, but we also have a raffle that is going to be it was 2 more categories added, so it's going to come. So just know it's going to be the most engagement, and then it's going to be the creator to creator support. Those are creators and influencers that are from YouTube or from other platforms that actually come and they view the channel, they're interacting, and they just helping support what we got going on, because this channel is not just mine. Like I always say, it's yours. um Cameo videos, yes, that's been mentioned. I want to say shout out to everyone who's answered that call. Shout out to everyone who's been reaching out to me to actually do the cameos. If you're just tuning in, I had this idea back about 2, 3 months ago while I had some time that I wanted to do some cameo appearances. So I got some cameos out there on other individuals' channels. I have a lot of cameos that's coming on mine from other YouTubers, small YouTubers. You even have mid-tier YouTubers who actually came and interacted. I was feeling that too. I'm not gonna ruin those. A lot of us, like I said when I started this video, we share support. Like a lot of us, we all like be in the same communities. I'm in their communities, they're in my communities, we in other communities. So a lot of us like have the same viewerships. So some you might catch me on their channel, or you'll catch them over here, either one. So you're gonna see a lot of us like just like circling around, spreading love, not war. Um I am going to have to slow down. I'm waiting for 2 or 3 people. I'm not going to mention them and like make it hot for them, but they know who they are. Like we've been going back and forth in the email, just trying to see what date makes sense, but it's going to happen, and I know that's something that like I'm looking forward to, because it's new content for me. Like as far as like the direction stuff that I always wanted to do, I won't ruin it, but it is still keeping it inside of like the helping profession, mental health. But I like the experiment. But we're gonna keep that. So it's 3 people I'm actually waiting, and then it's lot. But if you're a content creator and you're watching this and you're interested in doing like a cameo with me, and you feel like it makes sense for us to do, like please let me know. And we could still shoot the footage, or we could figure out later dates that we could get it done, whatever makes sense. Trust me, everything makes sense. I know mental health is like something that's different, it's more on a serious note, but it can also still be fun. Um, so I just want to say thank you for all the people that's been doing the cameos. We got interviews coming out, and we got like just creative ways of how we did the videos. It's fun. So like those videos are going to be dropping soon. My YouTube journey has ended. I gotta be honest with you on that one. Um, the YouTube journey, for you guys who wasn't really a part of the channel at that point, I had decided I was going to do a deep dive into YouTube, because if you look at my old videos, I was scoring pretty high because I was dealing with the SEOs and the algorithm and the titles and like how to scale it and when to drop videos, just listening to a lot of those how-tos and YouTube advisories and YouTube revenue updates just to get like some ideas of what it was. But I really, really wanted, when I started, I just wanted a core audience with a cult following who was really interested in um listening to things that's inspirational, but also like self motivating, but mostly mental health. Like just thinking about therapy and like ways to like deal and cope with stress and anxiety and like anything that happened in the past with the traumas and like that's something that sounds pretty boring, right? So I was making it make sense, and I was still trying to figure out what YouTube was about, and was stumbling like upon like what the algorithm does. It just like keeps you in this little gel of yours. You all you could do is just be, if you searching for how to make cookies, next thing you know your whole algorithm is about brownies, cookies, Reese's Pieces, cake, and cheesecakes, and that's so that's what happened. I was just like looking at how-to videos, and then everything that's like how to do things on YouTube just kept popping up. So I had to empty things out. I had to go back into being like a viewer, actually figure out what community was, and I have done that. I don't want to take from anyone, but I want to say like a special thanks to Jess Bestie. A lot of y'all would know her as Jess Bestie. Like she was a door dasher. Y'all would know her like that. Oh, she just came in too. That's crazy. Yeah, I want to give a special shout out to her because that was my road dog from the jump. When I didn't know what I was doing, like she definitely was like always someone I would watch. And like she doesn't have the same content as I have. Hers is more like personal, like vlogging and stuff, and like that vulnerability and just like standing in front of the camera in front of like strangers who don't know you basically made me tap into that, because I was actually going to come really professional and talk scientific with the terminology and just try to make myself sound like a higher Ivy League person, and that just made me feel like I didn't need to do that. And that's why if you catch like videos from like probably like 2 3 months ago, you see me smoking a cigarette and like just popping shit, like helping professionals and humans too. And I also want to give a shout out to Reva Reveals. That's auntie right there. She was another one. She was like actually the first channel that, like, other than the other channels I was watching for the how to's, like hit home. Like just let me know is that like there's people out there that like they're not going to like give you like a little portion of it and be like, here, here's $1,000 to get the rest of the blueprint. Like she was actually letting us eat. And when I say, if you look back at some of her videos, like they were like small and like they didn't have a lot of scaling for the views, but she just kept going consistently, and then she just let us cook. And then a lot of subscribers and a lot of people that started watching me actually came from that community first. Just for me just being there, like not even knowing her directly, but just her like, seeing what a lot of us are doing and like telling people not to subscribe, not to come and like do follow for follow, but take a look at somebody's channel and see if it resonated. If they don't, oh well, bye. So that's what that was about. And LO Bunny, that was someone I was definitely watching before I even became a content creator. And I seen them take off with like financial advisories and stuff, and like sky's the limit. Um, I don't wanna stay on that, but those are like special shout outs. There's a few more, but those are the ones that like really stay consistent, and behind the scenes they definitely help out with suggestions. They definitely like give me like pointers as they get it too. Like you can't keep it unless you give it away. So we definitely help each other. So shout out to all of y'all. Um, the last one is the direction of the channel. Now I know a lot of you guys know that like I'm in school, and this is tough. School is not for everybody. I was just talking about this, just talking about this on a different live, like, cause I stopped in just to see what somebody else was doing. I was just talking about it on two lives. Actually, I was on Wednesday's live, which like she's in South Africa, so that's why she's doing it. And then I was on Faith Marie Unscripted, and like I just jumped in and we were talking about school a little bit. Like I go to school for social work, if you guys don't know. And my current situation right now is that like I work for the crisis unit. That's intense. I also deal with shelter, homeless individuals and families. That's intense. A lot of refugees, people from different countries who come in and like they look for safe havens. It's intense. And I also do content, and I'm doing school. And right now I got a 4.0. It's very nice. I did get encouraged. Shout out to Jess Best. She encouraged me to like probably do like some school like content. I will, but where I'm going at with the school stuff is I'm about to start my internship. So I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to actually come on here, but I'll try my best to do some live so y'all could keep up. I have all of these videos, the content that like we've been working on behind the scenes coming. So that should keep things afloat, and I'm not abandoning y'all. I just don't know how long this is gonna take. It's supposed to be about 6 months, maybe a little bit longer. Who knows? But by this time, next time, I should be probably making a transition into more in depth into actually what I want to do. I don't know where I'm going to go. That's the honest truth. I don't know where I'm gonna go. I've been a social services provider for as long as I can remember. I've done it all, but I'm getting to the point. No, I know some of us is older than others, so I don't want to say like I'm old. I'm saying I'm getting to a point where I'm tired and I just want to be grounded in where I'm at and just thrive in the institution, organization that I'm going to be in and just stay there. That's what I want to do. Um, so I don't know where the intern is going to take me. I don't know what area I'm going to concentrate on, but I know I wanted to be with the youth. I always enjoy work with the youth. That was always beautiful. And if not, maybe inside of the medical field, like just be like a social worker or therapist in that field. Or maybe just, deal with family and children and like have them visit me and we talk about the things that they're going through inside of their households and see if we can make it like a difference and see if we can help with some behaviors. So it's maybe behavior health, maybe school, who knows. But I know it's about to jump off and it's about to go somewhere. So I want to just let you guys know if you see things slowing down more than it was. I know like the idea was to try to at least get 2 or 3 videos out. That worked at first, but then when school started, it was about like 2 or 3 videos. And then that slowed down and then became like 2 videos a week and then that slowed and now you see like it's as I could throw it out. And I still try to throw it out weekly, which is tough. But between Nate Black and Auntie Reva, I did understand that I can do some botch stuff, like do the botch content that might be a way that I should go like with this time. So I'll probably be behind the scenes just doing a lot of those cut ups. I thought shorts would be able to save me, but even that wasn't even able to do like it's justice all the time because I like certain shorts to go out. As far as how that's gonna look, dumping back into the YouTube journey part, that's gonna confuse the algorithm a little bit because I'm gonna do the YouTube journey series, which is gonna be a little tough because it's gonna deviate a little bit from the mental health, and it's gonna get more into the YouTube area. So it's gonna be talking about like the YouTube tips, the YouTube pros and cons, the things that go on in YouTube, what's going on in communities. I don't know if it's gonna be a 1 through 5 part or 1 through 10. I'll try to make it small because the algorithm is definitely going to shift and it's not going to recognize the audience. So I'm hoping that the core audience, y'all bear with me, y'all keep it going, and y'all keep pressing that like and keep sending it out because once you start talking about a certain area, your niche gets lost, and once your niche gets lost, um, depending on your popularity of the channel, it's gonna take a little bit to get it back. I just started to get like what the idea was for the channel when it came to things. They start recognizing verbiage and keywords and the notes, and that's how the numbers started to be recognized and noticed and put in front of the audience that is supposed to be put. So doing that is going to shift it again, but I'm not afraid of that because I have confidence in us and what we got going on. So like I'm okay with that, but I'm definitely excited to share that journey with you guys because that was something I was working on about 2, 3 months of when I started. So that's beautiful for me. Um, but we're going to have once that's over, we're going to have the series that's going to go on. I know I've been talking about that for like a little bit, so we're probably going to have I don't know if it's going to be the anxiety that's going to start first or if it's going to be stress. I know that there is a cameo that we've been working on that is gonna have some meditation, and it's funny. I love it. I think it's good. I'm just waiting for how we're gonna develop that. That is going to lead into it, but we're going to jump back into what the niche is. So some of this content is probably gonna come on boring, which I definitely understand. But in order for the channel to actually hit all of the audience to like the highest that it can score in optimization for its channel to do what it's supposed to do, is I got to get back to the essence of it, and that's what it started. It started with mental health, and that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm not going to deviate, and I'm not gonna abandon the style. It's just gonna be more like we're gonna get a little bit more educational, but we're gonna have some therapists come up, do some interviews. We're gonna have some psychiatrists. We're gonna have school social workers. I know that that's what you guys were asking for in the emails. That's what you guys were asking for on other platform DMs. I heard you. I'm bringing it here. Yes, we are gonna have some more actors come up. Yes, we are going to have more rappers come up, working on that too. But we're gonna have more professionals. And there's some YouTube content creators that I'm gonna have up here that they do therapy and they do mental health too. So we're gonna have them come up, and we'll cross content with them because I've been interacting with them and seeing what's going on. All right. Last but not least, before we get out of here, I just want to remind you guys that like if you are a content creator, um, and you feeling like you're feeling discouraged, like you don't want to continue to do this, I always want you to know that you never know who's on the other side of the screen watching. Whether you're a vlogger, whether you're a storyteller, whether you're a person that's talking about education, whether you're doing pranks, whatever you do out there for your channel, you're a small YouTuber, you never know who's watching and what your content could do for that person. You can make their day. Believe in the comment section, believe in the likes, believe in the emails that you get. Like, all you guys are magnificent. For the viewers out there, we thank you guys too. Without you guys, without your likes, and without you saying thank you for it and like appreciate what you did, you are the best, or whatever you butter us up with, thank you, because we appreciate you. Gotta get back to what I gotta do. It was nice to see you guys, and I will keep dropping the videos and probably do another live another day. Love y'all. Miss y'all. Peace.